What's going on? In this video of drawing dynamic figure poses, I chose 3 poses from Pinterest. The first one being a Spider-Man pose, and the second one being a pose in perspective, and then the third, a punching pose. And so with this one, I saw a bunch of different poses, and I said, well, I saw this one with Spider-Man. He's like kneeling down, he has his hands out. I wanted to kind of draw that. So with this one, I started out with the head as usual, stretching out the head and then stretching out the chest, and I'm kind of just working my way down towards the waist. And I always like to do it this way to kind of, structure out to get the body situated. That way I can start to add in, the arms and legs and the shoulders, work my way into creating that pose. So right now I'm adding in that line in the neck, and I'm making that center line. And I'm kind of just drawing the center line to kind of make that curve to show, the front of the chest is slouched over into, towards the waist. I'm adding in that circle for the shoulder. So I kind of like to draw the circles out for the shoulders. That way I can kind of, know where the shoulders are placed when I'm adding in those arms. And it's kind of a easy way for structuring everything out. You see me adding in where the knee is up top, darkening that up a little bit. I'm adding the knee to the other side, adding also that other circle. And you see how I added the circles for the shoulders, circles for the knees, and now I know how far of a distance everything is. That way I can start adding in the shapes and overlapping different shapes towards those circles. Where like I added the leg, or part of the leg to where the leg is, and I'm adding in the cylinder for the arm, overlapping those shapes to create that, that foreshortened shape with the hand resting on the knee. I'm working in the shape for the hand before I start to really, structure in and add that hand in there. This is probably the more complex of the poses because there's so much going on. You're adding in the hand resting onto the knee, and you're adding in, different shapes that's going on in this one compared to, if you're drawing more of these simpler poses where it's just straightforward circles and shoulders. But this one has so many different overlapping shapes that you kind of would have to sometimes erase some shapes in between, that's showing through. I mean, if you want to, you can just leave it. It's up to your preference. I'm adding in the leg, so I'm resting on the bottom there. Adding in the foot. He's kind of resting on his feet as he's kneeling. I'm adding in that cylinder for the arm because one arm is, because of the angle, it's showing that it's elongated, stretched out the other direction. Adding in the shape for the hand, so I can kind of get a general idea of the size of the hand. Now I'm using that same method I do before where I'm just adding in those circles where the knuckles are, and I'm kind of just overlaying those fingers as cylinders, 3 cylinders for each finger. Just drawing it in. Because when you make these poses, you have to draw those hands out too. It's the only way you can practice drawing hands. Draw the figure out and also draw those hands out. That way you can kind of get practice of both worlds without shortening on one thing. And also the feet. What depends on if you always have shoes on or if the feet are you want the toes visible. The majority of my poses, the toes aren't visible. I just have it as if they were wearing shoes. Unless the pose, the person isn't wearing shoes, and I may just draw the feet out. But since the majority of the poses they're wearing shoes, I'll just draw like one solid shape for the foot. And the other hand, fingers out a little bit, darkening that knee. Now I'm just darkening some of the shapes that way I can see it a little more clearer. But the initial pose is pretty much done. You can kind of just go in there and erase it lightly to draw pretty much any character in this pose. Now for this one, this is also a kneeling down pose, but she has her arms forward and it's kind of in like a fisheye perspective. So I wanted to kind of draw that. So right now I'm working in that head. The head is turned to the side. I always have to start from the head. I'm adding in those kind of a little more structural lines to kind of show the head a little bit more, circles for the eyes and circle for the nose. Now I'm adding in the circles for the shoulders because I wanted to kind of see, how far the shoulders are, or at least how far the shoulders are close to the head. So I kind of drew it out first to kind of measure out how far they are to the head. Now I'm just drawing in that cylinder for the arm. And since the hands are kind of like the main focus of the picture and they're the biggest thing, I want to kind of just make the shape bigger as I go out, or a little bit bigger, and then drop in the shape for the hand, just so I can know, where the hand is, how far the hand is. And now I'm adding in the cylinder for the arm. Now I'm redrawing the circle just a little bit closer, and I'm adding in that cylinder for the arm. That we can drop that in there because her shoulders are close to her face. I'm adding the other hand in there. That hand on the bottom is hidden, and you can only see the top of her hand. So I'm making sure that the arm goes right into that. I'm just roughing out the shape where the fingers are. I'm adding in the circle for the knee so that I'll know exactly where the knee is. The circle for the other knee that's kind of right inside where her chest is. I'm just drawing out the leg, and the chest area is connected to the waist. Even though you can't really see the waist, you see more of the leg. Now I'm bringing that other leg back. One big shape for the calf muscles. These for the bottom of the leg. The second leg is hidden in the back, so I'm drawing that out. Another little cylinder shape. Now I'm drawing in that foot. And the foot on the other side. At least half of it is showing. Just trying to get everything laid out. And it's kind of easier because you're drawing these shapes out for these circles, for the shoulders and the knees, and you're kind of working your shapes out from there to kind of get a general idea and figure out where the pose is going and how to position the figure in the pose. That way you're not trying to figure out, okay, well, where's the chest area or where's the waist? You can use these circles also as a guide compared to just drawing the chest and everything straight out. So I'm just drawing out the hand, darkening some of the lines. Try to make sure it's a little more clear. That way, when I start to go back into it, I'll know exactly which ones are the correct lines before I start to go over it. Adding a little the lines connected to the knuckles. Now for this one, I saw like a few poses. I said, well, let me choose this one with him punching forward to show a little more overlapping, because all the poses I like to do, or the majority of them, I like to do with overlapping poses. The way I like to practice drawing poses is with a lot of foreshortening poses compared to drawing, the straight side view poses. I like to draw like all the foreshortened poses. That's the way I like to practice. I feel like you will learn faster drawing them that way compared to drawing it the basic side view way. So I mean, I have a few of those too, but most of them I like to draw like this. You see that all you see now is just plenty of overlapping shapes, except for that back arm. It's more like you're just drawing it straight out. But with that fist, you see all the circles are overlapped. Circles overlap, and it's overlapped over the where the cylinder is for the arm, and so it creates kind of a circle because it's overlapped, and then also it creates kind of a half circle for the forearm also. Before I start to add that fist in there, I'm getting that top of the arm. Top of the arm is a little more simpler because you're just drawing it straight out. I'm going in to the bottom, adding in that fist. I added a kind of like a faint line. That way I can kind of get my eyes to see the angle of those knuckles. You see I'm drawing it with my usual method, drawing the knuckles first, connecting the lines. I'm starting to add in the fingers one by one. The same way, the same cylinder method that I normally do, just connecting each cylinder for the finger until it forms the fist. Adding one in the bottom, the next one. Making sure it's clenched in. Now I'm adding in that thumb. Making sure I'm following my usual method for adding the fingers until the fist is in there. And I'm adding in that leg. The leg is pretty simple. Just drawing a curved line out, circle for the knee. So I don't really need to add the circle for the knee. I just decided to throw it in there. So right now I'm just darkening it all up. But that's it for this video. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hype it up, hit the like button, comment for any of the videos you want to see, and take care.